Welcome back to the BodyMaitre Podcast, a space where we explore healing, self-mastery, and how your four bodies, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical, shape the reality you experience every day. I'm your host, Darreck. In today's episode, we're going to explore a fascinating and profound topic from spiritual response therapy known as the inheritance program, and how we can expand this research and clearing process with the BodyMaitre Four Bodies System. In spiritual response therapy, an inheritance program is a belief, energy, or consciousness pattern that you did not originally create, but inherited or adopted from another source. This can come from your past lives or parallel lives, your parents and ancestors through cellular and genetic memory, or even people you associate closely with in this lifetime. It's like carrying invisible software codes that run in your subconscious mind, affecting your health, emotions, behavior, and even how you see the world. Yet you may not realize that it's not even yours. In short, an inheritance program is a borrowed belief system, running your life from the background of your soul's memory. Inheritance can come from several sources. First one is past life inheritance, unresolved issues or karmic experiences that were not cleared before death, brought forward into the current life for completion or learning. Second is genetic or parental inheritance, energetic and belief-based programs stored in your parents' cellular memory, transferred through the egg and sperm during conception. These can include fears, judgments, illnesses, or emotional wounds. Third one is adopted or absorbed inheritance. Sometimes we absorb others' beliefs through empathy or association, taking on someone else's emotional burden, cultural belief, or collective programming. So, how it works. Before a soul incarnates, it chooses a certain family, bloodline, and environment to learn specific lessons. Through conception, the cellular memory of both parents, their emotional states, patterns, and unhealed energies are transferred to the fetus. Once the soul enters and attaches to the fetus or newborn, it begins recording new information from the environment, beliefs, emotions, family dynamics, and social expectations. Over time, these become subconscious layers that shape our personality, reactions, and even how we perceive ourselves and others. That's why, even if you've never consciously chosen to feel unworthy, fearful, or resentful, these patterns can exist within you as inherited energies running quietly in the background. Let's look at a real-life example where we combine the spiritual response therapy approach with BodyMaitre Four Bodies research. Through SRT, we discovered an inheritance program originating from the maternal lineage connected to themes of emotional suppression, betrayal, and self-blame. To expand this research, we brought in the BodyMaitre Four Bodies dowsing system to pinpoint where these inherited energies are still active today in the client's consciousness. Here are the findings. Mental body, Archetype, the Saboteur programming. Physical body, tired of life, emotional wounds that are not allowed to heal. Emotional body, unfair. Physical body, fear of getting hurt again. Now, let's explore what each of these mean and how they connect to the inheritance program. Mental body, Archetype, the Saboteur programming. In the mental body, the Saboteur archetype represents self-defeating thought patterns inherited from family or ancestral lines, such as, "I'm not good enough," or "every time I succeed, something goes wrong." In this case, the client inherited mental programs of self-sabotage, beliefs passed down from generations who felt powerless, punished for success, or guilty for wanting more. This creates a mindset that unconsciously limits opportunities and fears growth. Physical body, tired of life, emotional wounds that are not allowed to heal. This indicates the body's cellular memory still carries exhaustion and trauma from past experiences, possibly from ancestors who endured suffering, overwork, or loss. It's not just fatigue, it's a soul-level tiredness passed down through the bloodline. The physical body holds onto this energy as chronic tiredness, tension, or even disease, reflecting unhealed grief that the lineage was never allowed to express. Emotional body unfair. The emotional body carries the vibration of injustice, a belief that life is unfair, or no matter how much I try, I'm always treated unjustly. This feeling may originate from ancestors who suffered betrayal or oppression. When inherited, it can cause one to constantly attract situations where they feel unseen, undervalued, or mistreated, repeating the same emotional drama across lifetimes. Physical body, fear of getting hurt again. This is a deep cellular defense mechanism. It means the person's body consciousness has been trained to guard against vulnerability. Even if love or success is offered, the subconscious fear of being hurt again blocks openness, trust, and receptivity. This fear is not just from this life. It's encoded in the cellular memory, inherited from previous generations who experienced loss, rejection, or betrayal. When we view all these energies together, the saboteur in the mind, the unfairness in the heart, the woundedness and fear in the body, we see the entire inheritance pattern that shaped the client's personality. It creates a subconscious identity that says, I must protect myself by sabotaging my own happiness. It's safer to stay small than to risk being hurt again. This is how inherited programs mold personality and consciousness. They become invisible emotional blueprints, influencing every decision, relationship, and life direction until they are recognized and cleared. By combining spiritual response therapy and BodyMaitre, we can clear the program at 2 levels. First, we clear the spiritual records and Akashic programming, cutting the karmic cords, ancestral vows, and energetic imprints that cause the inheritance. Second, identifies how these specific inheritance program shapes the personality, reality, and consciousness. By knowingly what exactly need to release from the 4 body imbalances, so the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual vehicles can realign and integrate with the new consciousness. Once cleared, the client can begin to embody new patterns of freedom, fairness, and emotional safety. The personality begins to realign with the higher self blueprint, rather than the inherited pain of the lineage. So remember, not everything you feel, think, or believe is truly yours. Some of it might be inherited echoes from generations or past lives waiting to be transmuted. By working with spiritual response therapy and BodyMaitre together, you can uncover not only where these programs began, but also how they are expressing through your 4 bodies, and finally reclaim your original divine design. When we heal inherited energies, we heal not only ourselves, but also the entire ancestral line, past, present, and future. If you found this episode insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be carrying emotional or ancestral burdens. You can also learn more about the BodyMaitre Four Bodies System at BodyMaitre.com and discover how to harmonize your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical selves for total soul alignment. Thank you for listening, and may your inheritance become a gift of wisdom, not a chain of limitation.